Hello everybody, I am Tarun and welcome to your very first basic Python tutorial course. Okay, here are things which we are going to define in our course. Okay, so first of all we will define the course structure which we are going to follow in this course and what we need to get started. What is the software or system that you need to get started. Okay, then we'll define what is Python and what are the uses of Python and some daily life examples which we are using in our life which use Python as its main source. Okay, so let's talk about the course structure that we are going to follow in this course. Okay, so here is the course structure, the topics that we are going to cover in this basic Python course. Okay, so here we start with the introduction. Here we'll define what is Python, what does it look like, how to install it in our systems, okay, and what is the difference between writing a Python shell script and using it in an interactive manner. Okay, next we'll talk about variables, how to define variables, how to use different expressions in operations and different operators on variables that we define. Later we will define functions, how to define a function, okay, how to use the function in a program, and what are the different uses of functions in a Python program. Okay, after that we will define conditionals, what are the different conditions that can be operated over functions and variables. After that we will define strings, what is a string, how to use strings, and what are the different functions that can take place over strings, how to partitionize the string. Okay, after that we will define lists, dictionaries and tuples. Okay, if you are familiar with C programming, then you will find it similar to arrays that we use in C programming. Okay, but here are some differences in lists, dictionaries and tuples. Okay, lists and dictionaries are mutable and tuples are immutable. Okay, mutable means they can be changed and tuples are immutable. It means that they can be changed. Okay, we'll talk about that in detail in the tutorials. Okay, after that we'll proceed to object oriented programming, which is defining Python on the basis of objects and classes. Okay, and in the last section we'll use Python on files, different files which is used in making the projects based on Python. Okay, so now we have defined the course structure. Now let's see how to download and install the Python GUI on your system. Okay, do so, open any web browser. Okay, after the browser opens, type the URL python.org, go to it, and after the URL opens, go to downloads, download for Windows. Okay, here in download for Windows, go to Python 3.4.1, just click it, your download will start. Okay, after download, I have already downloaded setup. Okay, after download it will look like this. Double click it, your setup installation will start. Okay, just follow the steps accordingly, no need to worry about it. Just a simple installation. I installed it already, so I'm going to cancel it now. Okay, and now I'm going to show you after installation the files which will appear on your desktop. These are the two files, Python command line, Python ideally GUI, which will appear on your desktop. We have to open ideally Python GUI to do interactive Python programming. Okay, and after we have opened the ideally GUI, it is showing Python version installed in my system, my processor and my system Windows system type. In this in this terminal you can do Python interactive programming. This is just a small example which I have shown you. Okay, now we have installed Python GUI in your system. Okay, now we'll define what is Python. Then later we'll define or say we are going to use Python. Okay, so we are going to define uses of Python and some examples in our daily life which are using Python. Okay, so here let's talk about what is Python. Basically, what is Python that we are going to study in this tutorial course. Okay, so here we know that we have written Python is a general purpose high level programming language. Okay, why this general purpose? Because it is not limited to any application domain or any application development. It is used in various research fields. Okay, and it is high level programming language because of its readability and its friendliness. Readability means it can be easily read by any new programmer. Okay, who have just learned how to program in Python. If he sees a Python program, he can easily understand what is going on in the program. And its friendliness means that its syntax are not so complex as if you are knowing C programming language, that particular syntax are there which you have to follow in each and every program to make it complete. Here is no such thing, no particular syntaxes that you have to follow, and it what we can say, compiles the program line by line instead of compiling the program as a whole. Okay, so its benefit is that when you compile a program line by line, if there is an error on any let's say line number 6, okay, it will start the program at line number 6, compiling the program at line number 6, stop it, and then it will show you the error and you can rectify the error and then you can recompile it. Okay, so you don't have to change the see the whole program to search for an error. Okay, so moving on, Python is a multi-style programming language. Okay, it is procedural as well as object oriented. Okay, procedural is a simple programming style where we'll make simple procedures which we are going to follow to do some programming, and we are not going to make the whole programming as object oriented modules. Okay, so the object oriented programming is a bit complex, but don't worry, we'll go through it precisely. Okay, so first of all we'll start with procedural programming, where we'll understand how to do simple programs and how to write simple codes in a procedural way. Okay, and then later we'll define objects and classes and how to use objects and classes to make programs. Okay, so here is something, Python Software Foundation. It was done by a Dutch software engineer, Guido van Rossum. He is a software engineer at Google. He developed Python. Okay, he developed it because Python is user friendly. It is easy to read, easy to understand, and easy to write. Okay, so now let's talk about the uses of Python, or the things that we can do with the help of Python. So here is a list of some few things that you can do with the help of Python. There are many more things other than these which you can do with the help of Python, but I am telling you the most important ones or the most used uses of Python. Okay, so the first use of Python which is defined here is systems admin. With the help of Python you can be admin to any system. Okay, you can create databases with the help of MySQL, which is a structured query language which is used to create databases and maintain them. With the help of Python you can also develop games, which comes under the category of GUI development. Python also comes handy in the field of scientific programming and hardware software testing. Okay, so here are some examples examples of daily life apps which use Python as. Okay, though these are some examples of Python applications. The first one is BitTorrent. It is a desktop application which was originally written in Python. Okay, second one here is YouTube, which uses Python behind it as a very major source for it. Okay, and Google itself defined or you developed Python with the help of Guido van Rossum for its app engine Pixar, which you might be knowing. Okay, is a animation company which makes animation movies which are quite good, which uses Python as its main source. Okay, and some movies which you have seen might be Wall-E, etc. Okay, and the last one here, the NASA. Okay, NASA uses Python for scientific programming so much that now you can see how Python can help the world in the field of application development, or say system testing and scientific programming, etc. Okay, there are many more examples of Python applications which you can see in your life. Okay, but I have given you some day-to-day life examples which you use in your life. Okay, so we'll meet in the next tutorial where we'll discuss about variables and some things related with variables and the expressions we can use on them. Okay, so I'll see you in next tutorial.